Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniel and I'm back yet with another video. In today's video we are going to be looking at how to connect a Django application with the PostgreSQL database. It's worth noting that the default database that Django uses is the db.sqlite 3. This is a file-based database whereby data is written in this particular database here, and it's best recommended for development. But when it comes to production, this database is not recommended. So that's why we have to think of other server-based databases which we can use for our application. So in this video we are going to be focusing on how to connect our application to PostgreSQL, which is one of the recommended databases for production. Other options may include MySQL database, MariaDB, and all that. So with me here, I have a Django application. This is an application we had worked on in some previous videos. This is it. If you haven't watched the video on how to develop a backend for this website, please check the video as referenced above. So this is a particular project that we are going to be using, and this is the source code of that particular project. So what we need to do in this video is that we are going to add some settings that will connect the database to this project. So the first thing we need to acknowledge is that there is a Django documentation that guides us on how to do the connection. So if you just check on the official documentation, we have this section, and since we are concerned with the Postgres, I'm sure there are some other databases here, but now in this case we are just concerned with the PostgreSQL. So this is the code that we are going to be using. So let us copy this code. Once we do that, we navigate back to our project. This is the project name, and in the project folder we have the settings.py file. So in this section where we have database, this is where the definition of the SQLite has been done. So we need to comment out this. In a scenario that you no longer need it, you can just delete these lines of code, but in this case let us just comment them. Then let us paste what we fetched in the Django documentation under PostgreSQL. So there are some adjustments that I would want us to do in this section. So for instance, in this section we can just do away with options, because this is meant to fetch the database details from a file, but that is not what we want to do. So what we want is that we want to add the necessary data fields here. So the first one, we have a name. The second one, we have a user. The third one, we have a password. Then we also have the host. Then finally we have the port. Alright, so for the name we can name it as Django. Let us name it as Django project. Then for the user, let's name them as Django user. Then for the password, user password. Then for the host, in this case, we are going to create our database locally, so that should be localhost. In case you are doing your development locally and then you happen to have a database hosted online, then include the host name in this section of that server or the IP. Then the port is 5432. Alright, then you can just add a comma there. So far so good. We have added these the database settings that are required to connect our project to PostgreSQL. Alright, so the next thing will be to install the dependency that is required to facilitate this type of connection. So what we need to do, I have my terminal open here. This is where, or rather this is the server running that is serving us with this website here. So what we need to do, we need to stop this server. Then as you can see, I'm already on my virtual environment. So what I need to do is that I need to install that dependency. So pip install Django, or rather I've already installed Django. So what I need is PSYCOG, rather COPG2, then binary. Alright, so that's the dependency that is required to facilitate the connection of our Django application and PostgreSQL database. Alright, so it's installed. So what we need to do, let us run the server again. Alright, so at this stage, once we have updated these settings, we can just save. Then we need to now create a database. This database, we also need to create this user and with these password. So in a previous video, we had already discussed how to install Postgres on our local machine, and particularly Ubuntu. And this may apply on servers as well. However, if on shared hosting, the way to create a Postgres database may vary from those who are using a VPS. We have also included a video on how to create a Postgres SQL database on shared hosting as well. So check out on the videos and the pop-ups above. So directly we have already done the installation. Of Postgres. So we are going directly to see how to create this database with this user and the password. So from our terminal, what we need to do, basically this error that you are getting here is because this database does not exist. So no connection has been established. So I've opened another terminal here. So I want to connect to Postgres database. Maybe a quick thing to do, you can check on the status of that database of Postgres database server. So the way to do that, systemctl status PostgreSQL. Alright, so it's showing that it's active. So in case it's not active, then you can simply run the same command, but then have start here instead of status, and it will start the database engine. So once you do that, we need to now log into the particular server. Right, so what we need to do, we have sudo, then we have space -i space -u Postgres. So this is the default user that is created when you install the Postgres SQL database engine. So this is the user that we use to create databases and users. So once we have that, you just click on enter. Then I have to input my password here. Alright, so at this stage I can just run PSSQL. So in this, I'm just switching to this particular user, nothing much. Then once I switch to this user, then I just run PSQL, then enter. Then I'm now on the PostgreSQL database. This is the DB. So here I'm going now to create this database. Alright, so what I need to do is that I need to type in create database. Then let me just paste what I have here. Then at the end you need to have a semicolon. Right, I've already created a database. So the next thing will be to create a user. Create user. Want to have Django user. Then with password. Let me store P with password. Then let me just copy and paste what we have here. Alright, then once you have that, just press on enter. Alright, I think we made a mistake. Let me check. Alright, let me use single quotation. Let me see how it behaves. Alright, we have also created a user. Then we want to ensure that we grant this user privileges on this database. So the next thing that we need to do is to grant all privileges on database. Then we have Django project 2. Then we need to have the username. We named the user Django user. Then let's have a semicolon and press on enter. So we have also given these particular user privileges to undertake operations on this database. So we are yet to establish okay, we can just restart the server and see if we are able to establish a connection. Alright, so we are seeing that the connection has been established. So the next thing, where the connection has been established, there may be some error. So we need to confirm that by making migration to just confirm that the migration works. So let's run the migration command. So Python .py migrate. Alright. So we have another error here. We have this error. So I tried checking around, and a solution to this, what we need to do, remember we have this user. We have this Postgres. Okay, basically this is a database, but then we also have it as a user. So there is a command we run to resolve this error. So that command is we grant, right? We grant Postgres 2. Then we need to mention our username, that is Django user. So basically what we are doing here is we are granting similar privileges to the user that we created as those of the default user who was created when PostgreSQL was installed. So once we have that, just press on enter, and role has been granted. So let's come back here and try to do the migration again. And there we go, the migration is now successful. So maybe you can just quickly try to create the super user. Python manage.py, create super user, press on enter. Let me use that as the username, no email, password, a very simple one. Let's confirm that. Alright, and a super user has been created. Let's run the server again and confirm that we are able to access our website again. There we go. So we have successfully been able to create a Postgres database and connected to the database, as you can see here, and our website is working as expected. So that marks the end of this video. Thank you for watching till the end. Like the video, drop a comment or a question if you have any, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye bye.